Amy Smith, who was a member of the RSPB youth groups, stood up. She was the last keynote, and she said, "You have let me down." And she meant every teacher educator, every lecturer, every policy person, every NGO in that room had not helped her get the sustainability education she needed. So it's 51 years since Rachel Carson and Simon Spring. 50 years, what have we achieved? It's also 50 years since the forerunner of SEED, the Council for Environmental Education, began with its express purpose of getting environmental education into schools and the curriculum. So, what's been happening globally? Because not much has been happening in the UK recently. In 1970, UNESCO and UNEP created the first definition of environmental education. 1970. In 1977, the first global environmental education goals were created and established at Tbilisi. And we are in the decade for education for sustainable development. It finishes in a year's time. But in the UK, it's come and gone. We heard from Kevin when that was probably our high point, really, for ESD. And we now don't have sustainability in the curriculum. In fact, we're being led by HEFCE at the moment because that is the organisation that's mostly promoting ESD. So ESD and environmental education and also global learning were never consolidated or made safe. That's the problem. That's why SEED and Keep Britain Tidy are talking to organisations such as RSPB and other stakeholders and have begun exploring a campaign to embed sustainability as a purpose of education for once and for all. So it's time for us to reflect on what we've achieved so far, and I believe it's time to think differently. And Joe, you've already said that, but I think I completely agree with you. What we need to do is to think about how we will really unlock the resistance we continue to meet to embedding ESD. It is not a piece of fluff on the side. It's not a fun activity for some kids, not for others. It is not optional. So I suggest we need new thinking, not more of the same. New thinking to engage some of those difficult people, not just the pioneers, and they probably are not in this room. But we also need to recognise the incredible amount of work that has been done and is being done. So it's time to just stop promoting your individual pet approach, your pet theory, your model, your campaign, or your business plan. It's time for us all to see ourselves as a collective whole, a movement, because that's really what we are if we just work together. So SEED has a campaign, which is running with Keep Britain Tidy. We've also tried to work with the Sustainable Schools Alliance, which is an alliance of people coming together, and we're also working with ELSA, which is the English Learning for Sustainability Alliance, which is a group of groups across every age and every setting. Those are our commitments. Please join us. You're about to hear from 2 outstanding schools and more people, more young people from RSPB, Phoenix. And I'm hoping that we're not going to hear another Amy Smith. I really don't want to hear another Amy Smith about us letting them down. Because this is about their sustainable future.